So this is the toughest video I've ever made. Morning everybody, Chad. Morning everybody, Chad, Adler Farms. You gotta remember how loud this microphone picks up my feet when I walk. So this morning, I got a real treat for you. Something happened last night, and I don't want any flack for it because Mr. Arms, his pigs got out. Dutch, his pigs almost got out. He had that sickening feeling when you pull up to your farm or walk out to your pasture and you don't see your animals. Dutch went through that a couple days ago. And last night, I got this picture from a neighborhood Facebook account, texted to me about 11 p.m. And it felt like that, you know that old PSA, that old commercial? What was it? Like back in the early 90s, they'd have that PSA that would come across the screen and it'd say, you know, it's 9 p.m. Do you know where your children are? That's how I felt. So, jumped in my truck, couldn't find them anywhere. It's pretty hard to find two black, brownish cows in the dark. I figured they'd laid down somewhere. I figured out where they got out. I'm trying to give you perspective of where I'm at. Mom and Dad's is that way. My farm is that way. And I just got a call from my neighbor who I'm leasing this 10 acres from. And he said the BEEFIE boys are headed towards his house. Taking a morning stroll, sounds like. This is all owned by the man that I leased my farm from. I'm sorry, this is all owned by the man. This is part of that 10 acres. Or I should say I leased 10 acres, but there's 15 total here. But across the street is a real uppity neighborhood. I could say that. I used to live in it. I've lived there in my parents' house for 13 years. I lived over there in it before they moved. So when there's two cows on the loose in that neighborhood over there, people notice. How I'm gonna get these boys back over there. But look at this. That's all pasture and farm. Oh my goodness, kids. And I'm trying to vlog for you guys, but at some point, in case you guys didn't know or you're new here, at some point my channel, I'll put the camera down. And for the animal safety, we'll just make sure they get back to safety and then I'll check back in with you guys. But I don't even see them. Not very comfortable this morning. It's 45 degrees. May 12th, my goodness. These stinkers go. So yeah, last night I was out here roaming around, 11 o'clock at night, trying to find the BEEFIE boys. Finally gave up because I knew at some point they'd just bed down, lay down. Cows, I kid you not, it's highly possible that they walk right back to the pen because they know that's where they get fed, even though they've had a night out on the town, so to speak. Update time. That's not good news. I haven't seen them. I don't know where they're at. I was actually vlogging and talking to you guys, and my neighbor called and said his dad saw them behind his house. So I hightailed it over there. They were either already gone or he saw somebody else's cows. Not sugar. Not sugar. And this is Mr. T. Nobody likes Mr. T. Mr. T don't even like Mr. T. Those are his three girlfriends. They don't like him either. Anyway, I'm in kind of a pickle now because there are two steers that I've raised for over a year roaming about 400 acres. I have not seen manure. I've not seen trails. I've not seen anything showing a sign that they're over there. That's Fox and Pennyworth, Robin, and Batman. get these. Which one you want? Spotted one? Okay, hang on. Let's get you the pretty one. Noisy over there today, aren't they? So this is the toughest video I've ever made. I've gone 100 acres, 200 acres that way. There's no reason to go that way because where we live, that's a neighborhood over there. And they have a Facebook page. And on the Facebook page, there's a picture of my steer standing in the middle of the road. So if anybody saw them, they'd call me because over there is like, the people over there don't own cows. They're steers, but they don't own cows. They don't know what to do with them. They don't know how to get them. So if they were over there, it'd be funny to them. There wouldn't be any harm, but I would know. I don't see them going south because it's a county road. It's really busy. There's also not much grass that way. They could go this way. And there's a family over there that owns several hundred acres. So I'm gonna run over there. We've already driven down there. We used to live across the street from them. And I've already driven over there and haven't seen anything. All I see is one bull. And of course I've got steers, so the bull's not gonna care about my steers. So, you know, mine are noticeably different than other cows too. They're only about 600 pounds. They're steers, but for purposes. Mine look completely different to anybody who doesn't know cattle because they're a dairy cross with an Angus. They're real hippie. They almost look skinny. They've got green tags in their ears. They just look different than everybody else that's got cows around here. Cattle. Now what I'm up against is there's a restricted amount of land over here, several hundred acres, more than 2, but less than 1,000, that many acres. And you cannot get on it. I may have gotten as close as I could and walked around a little bit. So if you guys are new from Hidden Heights, welcome and howdy. My name's Chad. I have 2 little boys, Case and Adler. Adler usually does the afternoon chores with me. He's my toddler. He'll be 2 in here. He'll be 2 next month, actually about 20 days. And I have 4 goats, and they're turds. Hang on. Yeah. So Adler usually does the chores with me in the afternoon. Case is still currently in homeschool. Like it's not summer yet, and he's still got a few lessons he's got to finish. So he's homeschooled, and that's what he does while I'm here. I think I might be in the market for some cows. People who raise cattle, stay with me here. I know I'm getting on story time. People who raise cattle have messaged me and said, the steer that you call number 44, my steer, 44, we call him Brisket. The steer that you call number 44 is a troublemaker. And if you had 30 steers, you would process him tomorrow. If you had 10 steers, if you had 5 steers, whatever. He's a troublemaker. He leans on the fence, he presses on the fence, and Ribeye, number 42, he does whatever Brisket wants him to do. They're a tandem pair. They have the same dad, different moms, came from the same farm. And I bottle fed them 6 weeks, 3 times a day at a farm I don't live at. I don't know. I'm at the point where I'm wondering if somebody opened up their gates and let them in, because there's some farms that I can't get to. There are some places where they could blend in really, really well. The majority of that acreage, I'm going to see if I can show you guys. The majority of the acreage I'm talking about is farmed. I mean, it is wide open as far as the eye can see. And I can't see these 2 steers. And standing at the fence that I know I'm okay to walk up to, I don't see them. I don't know where they're at. There's probably only 20 or 30 acres that look like this, but it's not too bad. It's not like, I'll put it this way. Let me spin you around. If there were 2 steers standing in here, you could see them. It does not get any thicker than this, even in the summer. I know that looks pretty thick, but if you guys have ever heard deer, whitetail, or even squirrels walk through the woods, Imagine 2 600-pound steers, 2 of them. And they're not quiet. You know, I can actually call them. I can, you know, I can do that. They'll do it back. They're somewhere. Somebody's got them. So I know what you're thinking. My next step is to call I'm outside the city limits, so my next step is to call the local sheriff's department and see if anybody's found any. And we're gonna do that, but I'm trying to keep it under, not under wraps. I have a feeling somebody's fenced them up. Just trust me. Before I call the deputy, I want to make sure of something. So most of my vlogs are, well, I'll put it this way, I'm funny. Most of my vlogs are funny. I like laughing. I have 2 beautiful little boys. I lease this 4 acres. Mom and Dad have 5. I lease another 10 of pasture land 100 yards from me, this way. The reason I think they're possibly fenced up somewhere is the man I'm leasing the land from, there was a sighting and they saw them this morning. And that's why I've been spending so much time over here. So I've also got this line crew out here running gas line. And I went to school with one of the guys. And if they crossed that way, we would know it. If they were over there, somebody would, 5 or 6 people that live in that neighborhood have already texted me and said, man, I'm sorry about your cows. They already know they're mine. And all they did was see them on Facebook. That's a whole lot of food for my family and I. A whole lot. But all is not lost. I'm not trying to be bleak and whatever yet. They could roam back in the pen tonight. So I'm gonna link a video up here. Where's it at? Over here. And if you guys go watch that, you can see the steers and how one of them gets fired up pretty easily. Let's call him the ringleader, even though there's only 2 of them. I'm not hurting. We're okay. I had invested a whole lot of time and energy into some grass-fed beef. Grass-fed, cattle-fed, cake-fed, cattle cube-fed, whatever you want to call it. Basically very, very, very low meds, low antibiotic, no hormone steers that were going to be ready. They're 600 pounds. Some people do it at 800. Some people push them to 1,000. Mine are a dairy cross. They may not have ever made it to 1,000. But nonetheless, let me walk a little bit and check back with you guys here in a minute. So here's an update. I was just standing on my 4 acres. Walked across Mom and Dad's 5. It's right behind us. And then this 10 is privately owned by somebody else. As of a year ago, maybe 6 months ago. There's no house back there, nothing like that yet. They've just cleared some of it so that they can put a house in there eventually. But I gotta be real careful where I show the camera back here. This is the man's land that I lease from. I lease 10 acres and I lease 4 acres from 2 different people. And this is where the man that I lease 10 acres from lives. But I was all over these woods this morning. All over it. Okay? If you guys are new here, any of my subscribers can tell you, I'll outwork anybody. When I say I was all over that, when I say I walked it, when I say I rode my 4-wheeler through it, I've been doing this. I've been out here a long time. They're not in there. It's gonna get windy on me. You guys will see why here in a second. Try and get a good vantage point for you. Well, I really want to take you guys over here, but I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm looking for cows. My cows. I don't see any purple paint. I don't see any purple nothing. Just take a little stroll. This is where they were last reported seen. Was walking right down here. You can see my 4-wheeler tracks. I've been all over this morning. They were last seen right about here. There are several hundred acres out here. Several hundred. This is what they're growing. I do believe at this point that somebody has pinned them up. And when somebody pins them up, it means two things. You're not getting them back, or you call the deputy and see if somebody's reported that they've got two steers. It's extremely frustrating. You can see as far as I can see here. Hang on. We'll walk down here. So I've walked quite a ways. My parents' house is right there. I should say up there. Probably 15 acres away, and then mine's 20 acres away. But here's what I'm up against now. You kind of have to respect that. No hunting, private property. That's what purple means. But if those cows are out here, they've got a real nice lagoon. You guys see that? There's a real nice pond back there. And look at it this way. Oh. If you were a cow, if I was a cow, and I'd been eating cattle cubes and ranch cubes and feeling confined, and I was a pain in the rear end cow, and I was last seen 20 acres that way. I got a water source, and then all of this. Would you ever make your way back up to that little pen? I wouldn't. So, now this is interesting. These are not four-wheeler tracks. Hang on. I'm not making this up. See if you guys can see this. So that could be deer. You see how that grass is knocked down? Could be deer, could be cows. It's just deer. Usually, when you have a deer trail, it's a definite trail. Like, you can see it. This is zigzagged. See all that? I don't see any manure yet, but if we see manure, we might be on the right spot. But see how that grass is knocked down right there? Those of y'all that know cattle, what in the world possesses a cow to walk this far when there's this? Like, why keep going? Well, according to a couple of friends I've been talking to this morning, that's what rogue cows do. Steers, bulls, heifers, whatever. The ones that you can't keep in the fence, the ones that are a pain in the rear, this is what they do. They have no drive or purpose. So this is interesting right here. The trail kind of stopped because this brush, it starts laying down, and I can't tell what's freshly knocked down. Well, let's see. So that's deer. So that makes me wonder if it's even my steers. I don't know what the camera does to this, but this is hundreds of acres. Hundreds. That grass is folded over that way. This grass is folded over this way. This could be deer. I can bump two deer here in a second. Who knows? So let's talk about something positive for a second. Is everybody happy about Kevin and Rachel's new dog? I certainly am. It was an honor and a privilege for that subscriber to reach out to me and allow me to be in on that. And I sincerely appreciate it. It's hard not to appreciate how beautiful this is, but there's just hundreds and hundreds of acres. You know, these steers, the person that owns all this, these steers could be tucked in those bushes, in those trees. I mean, that's a mile away, at least a mile away. And the steer could be tucked in those woods. Yeah, I think I was following deer tracks. So I also know, and those of you that live in Southwest Missouri, At 10 a.m. they tested the tornado sirens because it's tornado season. And when they did, coyotes went nuts over here. Absolutely nuts. If they're out here, you know, my steers are pretty big, 600 pounds, but you know, I've heard 600-pound steers and 10 coyotes is not even close to a fair fight. I'm on friendly land. I'm on my neighbor's land. And I'm in the woods. If I keep walking straight that way, I'll cross over mom and dad's and I'll be on my farm. I just think that if they were in here, they'd be so loud. I mean, it's real tight quarters. I mean, they'd have to be standing there just whispering to each other going, shh, don't say nothing. And we know they're not. They're big, loud animals. I also don't know how good the fencing is that way. The wide open land I was just at, that's over there. But there's a pretty solid barbed wire fence all across there, except for a 12-foot opening. But I'm no expert tracker. I'm frustrated with not putting that hot wire on quicker. I'm frustrated because when you get people who raise cattle for a living telling you that you got a rogue steer and he's just a turd, for lack of a better term. This is part of it. It's part of it. All right. I've now made a complete circle of where they were last sighted. I got nothing. Yeah, I'm standing on my land. Get back to mom and dad's through here. Anyway, you'll see how good my potatoes are doing. Look at them taters. Look at them taters. Trust me, in your heads, if you've made it this far in the video, whatever you're thinking you wish I'd done, I've done it. Two things I'm still sticking to. They either turned into several hundred acres. I don't want to tell you the exact amount for privacy reasons because it'd be real easy to figure out where the land is. But like I said, it's over 200 and it's less than 1,000. But there are hundreds of acres over there. And they could easily hide in the woods, be very hard to see. They're not going to hear me calling them from a mile away. Or they've made it to a different spot and somebody's pinned them up. And that's it. I'll be really hard to, you know. I could tell by looking if they're mine or not, but we'll see. So I can't speak too much to that. I gotta be patient and wait on that one. But I'll check back with you guys here in a minute. And right here's when he would have texted our neighbor and said, they're in my backyard headed towards. This is when he called his son and said, they're in my backyard headed towards your house, which would be that way.
And you came up.
And I came up right here on my four-wheeler. And oh man, it couldn't have been 2 minutes.
So,
but I don't know if I don't know if they went right here and turned right, or if they walked this fence. Like it's just kind of a cold.
But he saw them from there, they had to be right there.
Correct. If they took out across this field, you'd see, I mean, they'd blaze a trail 4 feet wide.
It doesn't make sense that they would come
and why keep walking? I mean, holy cow, man.
Yeah, why do that? I know, I agree.
Holy cow. Speaking of holy cow.
Huh?
So speaking of holy cow, I mean, why in the world would a cow hit this and keep walking? But I mean, even this, I mean, you know.
I mean, there's got a smorgasbord around here. And you want to go that way?
Oh, I don't even know if I should say on camera how far in I was. It's on camera, but nobody can tell where I'm at.
Yeah. And the river, well, there's,
Dad, I was,
well,
see that brown, see where it turns brown? More of these points that
Right.
jet out. I was on the third, I mean, I was way over there, man.
kidding. Holy cow, son.
And I stopped and I sat and I just looked.
Right.
And I'd
Well,
sit for 5 or 6 minutes and I'd keep looking. I'd turn around and I'd call that way just to see if anything would make a noise back.
Yeah.
But all along there, there's a pretty decent fence. I mean, for a cow that's got this. So here's what we're saying, guys. They had to have turned in. If they would have went across there, there'd be a path 4 feet wide. You're talking about 2 at least 600-pound steers.
Yeah, eight.
I couldn't even walk through there and not leave a path.
Well, you'd know it.
And I was here 5 minutes. They were reported being seen right there at the tip of that dirt pile. There's manure right there. And I was here 5 minutes after they got seen, after they were seen right there. That is some magic bull.
They don't fly, do they? Can they fly?
No. To the point I'm starting to wonder if somebody's just, if a gate got closed behind them and now they're in, you know what I mean? Like not intentionally,
Yeah.
but somebody's boxed them in somewhere.
Yeah. Well, holy cow, I only weigh about $185. And look, I'm knocking the grass down.
Yeah.
I'm knocking
We
the
did
grass
that.
down. Yeah, we did that right here. So you can't tell me that 2 cows at 650, 700 pounds apiece didn't knock some of this down. They didn't.
And why? Why? What are you walking for? Where are you going?
I don't think, you know what, I'm beginning to rethink, son, that they're not out here. You know, that is the back of,
Yeah.
that's where the river's at right there.
So guys, this is, I don't know where I'm at in the vlog, guys. We've just been searching and walking, but I can't tell you how many acres are here because I just don't want to give away where we're at. And it's hundreds, but there's also a river or a creek, whatever you want to call it, that runs all along there. And it's every bit of 40 feet across in some places.
Was it 3/4 of a mile?
Oh yeah.
Another about 3/4 of a mile from here.
There's just no way, but there's no, when I got the phone call, they were standing right there. And we know that because there's poop right there. They either went that way without a trace, or they went that way without a trace, or they came towards us. They can't go that way because there's fencing. That's actually why they turned either this way, or that way. And you guys were with me earlier. I went all through that. I've walked this whole fence line. And some that I probably may not be able to show. I've been way, way back in there. And there's nothing. No trails, no poop.
Beats me.
One magical cow.
Beats me.
And I don't know what would possess a cow to keep walking. Like, look at all this.
If their main function in life is to
Eat.
and lay down,
They shouldn't have made it 50 feet.
why walk 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 acres, whatever it might be?
Reached out, as you guys know, I've already mentioned, I've reached out to a couple of people. I don't want to say who, but Brisket is what you consider a rogue cow. He's a steer, but he's cattle, he's cow. And I've just been told that when you get a steer like that, they just bullheaded, and they just make up their mind they're going to start walking. And I don't know if that's what's going on or if they're 10 feet into the woods right here. I don't know.
Well, we'll keep looking. I'm not going to give up because you can't hide 2 cows.
As big as they are walking right beside each other, or even if they were walking single file, there's a 4 foot wide. They're huge. I know they don't appear very big on camera, very tall, because Dad and I are tall. You know, people didn't realize how big Haas was until I put that 5-gallon bucket beside him.
True, that's right.
We're just tall. Animals are shorter than us. We're tall, but I mean, I'm holding my camera at head high. You guys are like 6'5" in the air right now. But they would make a path and poop.
Well, yeah, I even walked on just a little bit of that just to see how it would break over. And
We just wanted to see what would happen if we took a step or two in there.
cow weighs, those steer weigh, one of them weighs 3 times as much as I do, and I could go down there right now and find where I took 2 steps in, and there's nothing that indicates a cow
Went
walked
through there.
And I just don't think it doesn't appear to, I don't think it's in the cow's nature. There again, I don't know much about cows, but in the cow's nature to walk that far when you've got all you can eat right here.
Mentioned the land I lease.
Yeah.
This is 5 of it.
Right.
Actually, there's 15 acres total. This is the 5 they live on. They leased me the 10 out there. That's just pasture.
Yeah.
As far as you can see, fescue.
Nice fescue, that's all it is.
That's all, yeah.
And they chose to walk right by that.
Oh yeah, they came right down here.
Unfenced and walked by that
Yeah.
to come here where there's nothing to eat. I don't get it.
So we're gonna keep looking. We'll
We're
check
gonna
back
keep
with
looking.
you.
Not gonna give up. We'll check back. We'll find
Well,
it.
and I think what's gonna happen is later. We're not ending the search. We're just ending the search on video. Adler and I'll probably come out and do a little chores later, and you guys can see him, and we'll smile and laugh with our shortest best buddy.
Got till dark.
Yeah,
Got till
we're gonna
dark.
keep looking.
Yeah.
I'll just take a break and hang out with Adler, and then we'll.
Maybe they're hanging around somebody's pool in the backyard or something.
I know there's a pretty swanky neighborhood
We've got
over
a
there.
464 acre subdivision right there. Big yards.
But that subdivision has a it's a private Facebook page, but there's 500 members in that Facebook page. And if there was 2 steers, I'm talking these lawns are manicured. If there was 2 steers in there, somebody's either let them in the house and they're not saying a word, or somebody just needs to get off work and realize that they've got 2 steers in their backyard.
Somebody's eyesight's not very good. They think they got 2 big old
Yeah,
dogs back there.
they think they're watching 2 puppies play.
Yeah.
Somebody knows where they're at. That's what's bothering me.
Yeah.
But
We'll keep looking.
at this point, we've done everything we can. I know you're going to have suggestions. I got off the 4-wheeler because I've never used a 4-wheeler around them. We didn't want to push them, but through the woods, we're going to have to.
Helicopter?
Helicopter.
Anybody have a helicopter?
Yeah.
A little flyover?
Drone.
A drone.
Let's run get a drone. But see, we can't fly it over that.
That's a good idea.
There's some restricted areas around here, and we can't, and it's extremely windy. My little brother, my little bigger brother, has a drone, and it's already
6 miles.
it's already crossed my mind, but I don't believe we can fly over that. I'm pretty sure that's restricted.
You have to go to the river.
I know you guys say, well, don't ask, don't tell, but that's somebody you don't mess with.
Hey, if we do it, you won't see it.
If we do it, you'll
You
just
won't see it.
oh, look, here they are.
Hopefully, here we go.
Just moseyed on home.
Right. We got that helicopter.
So we'll let you guys know. See you after a while.
2 massive cows.
Say what's up, everybody.
What's up, baby? And it's this.
What's up, Case?
What's up?
Long time no see, Grandpa.
Hey, I think it's the first time I've been down here, all of us together.
Yeah.
Usually find a snake on here.
Oh, right here.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he out here on the path?
Yep. Kaya stepped right on his head.
Oh,
Little ring snake, probably right in here.
little brown ring snake.
A babe.
It's fence.
What's that?
Turkey. What you think? You guys shouldn't be hungry. Been eating weeds all day, right? Everybody eating weeds all day?
The dog.
He was in there sleeping.
Part chicken or something?
In there sleeping, you better lay eggs. What do you think? Oh, you're gonna give the pig a cookie? Okay. Is it baby piggies? Say, hey, pig, pig.
Beep, beep, beep.
Pig, pig, pig.
Beep, beep.
Pig, pig. Should we feed him a little bit? Let's go say hi to Lola. Miss Lola, how you doing? How's the belly hanging? How's the belly hanging? Uh-huh. Still not sharing the babies, huh? Look at him wallering. Let's go get him some food. Here, you may hold your cookie.
Oh,
Here, I'll hold your cookie. Here, just put your cookie in your pocket. Yep, oh boy. Here, you want the scoop? You want to throw the scoop in there? Here, do the whole thing. Take the whole thing. Get it in there, big boy. That a kid. That a kid. Say good job.
and more.
More, okay.
Oh, boy.
Hey, pig, pig.
More.
No. We spilt a little bit. That's all right, though.
More.
Can you throw it in there? That boy. Put the lid on.
Good job, Papa.
Good job, Bubba. Hold on. Got a little air in it. Hey, do you like being a farmer?
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, farmer. Here, it's out here. Come out here, Bubba. Look at potatoes.
Hey, we gotta aim over there.
Aim at the plants. Aim at Grandpa.
Hey, who's that? Don't you do it. Don't squirt me. Don't do it. Quit that. Quit those. I alert you in case. Don't you squirt me. Don't do it. Stinker. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't squirt them. Don't do it. Don't you do it. You guys.
Whoa.
Are you watering potatoes or me? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Whoa.
What's up?
What's up?
So, we tried to end this video earlier, but little man was getting pretty excited about bedtime. I think that's what it was. Man, after watching this video, it looks pretty gloom. I don't know that we're gonna find the BEEFIE boys that we've raised from bottle calves, and it's extremely frustrating. But here's what I know. We did a really good deed going and helping and getting Kevin and Rachel that dog. And we prayed about it before we committed. They prayed about it before they committed. And the story is, as you guys know it, we were all praying about that dog, and one popped up, and it was just meant to be. I have zero doubt that there was divine intervention in them finding a livestock guardian dog for their farm that quick, that we were able to go get. So my thing is, when you're seeking God's will, who doesn't like it the most?
The enemy. We'll call him that.
The devil.
Yes.
He doesn't like saying his name. I don't either. He doesn't like it when you're in fellowship with others. And what is one way to distract you? I don't know if there was foul play with the BEEFIE boys getting out. At the time Kevin and Rachel posted their video, we were almost at 18,000. And by the time you guys see this, I have no doubt we'll be over 20,000. 20,000 people that we can talk to about Jesus, and I can continue to show my boys the mercy and kindness that comes with being a Christian. And but what better way to distract somebody seeking his will than to cause a man to lose his steers somehow? Am I saying that we're not to blame? Am I saying that, should have got the hot wire up quicker? No. I'm just saying I'm not gonna let that negative thing bring me down. On my channel, I've said it many times. I've been way up in life and I've been way down. But one thing I always tell my boys is there are no bad days. There's only good days and better days. And if you're seeking his will, the good days just keep getting better. Am I right? Amen? Somebody sent us this a few weeks back, and it just says no bad days. And they handmade that. They went to a hobby store, they bought the letters, they hot glued them on, they signed the back of it. And that's where I'm at in life. There are people who don't have steers to lose. There are people who don't have food to go without. So am I going to continue my search? Absolutely. Do I hope that even if I replace them within the next month, that they walk out of the woods magically and we have 4? Absolutely. I might hook them up to a tractor and have some burgers right there on the spot.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens a lot. It happens more than most people know, because a lot of people with cattle have 20 or 30 head. And when you lose one or you lose a calf, you've still got 19 or 29 cattle. Well, I've only got 2. So if one gets out, they're both getting out and they're both going rogue. I will never, ever let the devil take me to that dark place, because I've been there before. And it just ain't happening. So a little inspiration. I can't help it. Dutch, keeping it outdoors. This is one of his shirts. he and I talk quite a bit, text message and whatnot, just like Kevin and I do, and a few our other friends. But Dutch has caught some flack over the last year for things, and I don't have any insight. This isn't any foreshadowing. I'm not naming names, nothing like that. But Dutch has had some things fired his way where it would have been real easy to retaliate and stoop, and he doesn't. And that's my thing, is it's not that somebody's doing that to Dutch, it's just the devil is trying to bring Dutch down. And he and I talk often. That's usually how our conversations end, is we're not going to let the devil use that. We're not going to let the devil use 2 cows. It's not happening. That's how I'm raising my boys. Everybody that came over from Hidden Heights, man, you guys are awesome. 2,000 people in less than 24 hours. Actually, 2,000 people in less than 12 hours.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
That's crazy.
So how's it feel with like 20,000 people seeing you right now?
Embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed. They love you. They love you. So do I, very, very much. Little man's asleep. I'm kind of being a little bit louder than I should because it took him a little bit to go down tonight. But he's a toddler. He's our shortest, best buddy. We love him. You guys will see him on here a lot. And I can't thank my dad enough, my dad and my mom. But my dad, if we don't find those cows, someone took them. Could have been coyotes, but someone took them, because my dad will relentlessly search. He will leave no stone unturned, and I can't thank him enough, because he knows having 2 boys, I got to be home. So anyway, we always sign off. We say deuces at the end of it. Deuces just means peace for those of you that are new. Just peace out. See you later. Adios. That kind of thing. So y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces. See y'all. Love you.
Love you.
There's a whole lot of people very, very proud of you for helping getting that dog.
Thank you.
See y'all next time.